Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's Dharma School service. It's been a little while since I spoke at a Dharma School service here in Sacramento. And let's just say there's a few more people here than our weekly services up in Marysville. Last week in Marysville, we had a robust, you ready for this, 30 people for our fall Ohigan. It was a great day. There's a few more of you here today, so bear with me. So what have Reverend Carol and I been doing in Marysville for the last 5.5 years? Yes, believe it or not, it was June of 2012 that we started up in Marysville on a part-time basis. Our ongoing theme in Marysville is simply this: we are open every Sunday. We're open every Sunday. And with the help of the Sacramento Minister Assistants and our own Marysville member Jim Edgman, we are indeed open every Sunday for Sunday service. Currently, we do have 38 members and probably another 40 or so who are not members but come out and help out when they can. Just like Sacramento, the Marysville Sangha is a very, very special Sangha, and many of the families here in Sacramento have their roots up north in the Yuba and Sutter counties. While we miss our weekly time here in Sacramento, this is truly home court, and we feel extremely fortunate to be a part of two very special Sanghas. So while the size of the temples are very different, today in Sacramento, just like any day at any temple, it's the perfect day to hit that big pause button, take a little time, and come to church to hear and share the Dharma. Would you all please join me in Gasho? The words of Dr. Seuss. From there to here, and here to there, funny things are everywhere. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. So every Sunday up in Marysville, I begin the service with a pop quiz. Who likes pop quizzes? Oh, you guys are weird. First row. But this is a simple one. It's a very simple pop quiz, and it's really an important question, and one that I hope you ask yourself each and every day. Today's pop quiz is simply this: how is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? You all doing good? Yeah, I got some high fives. I got a hand up in the back. Right on. Well, I hope you're doing well right here and right now. And again, I'm very happy to be here with all of you here today. Today, I think I'm going to keep my talk a little short, and I think with all the seriousness of the last few weeks, with hurricanes and politics and tension in Korea, I would like to keep it light and expand upon and revisit a topic that I wrote about in a newsletter article earlier this year. Today, I would simply like to spend a few minutes talking about the importance of laughter and humor in our daily lives, and the importance of laughter and humor in our practice of Buddhist teachings. Now, one of my favorite Buddhist teachers is our past bishop, Koshin Ogui, who we simply call Socho. Socho is kind of a title meaning something like boss man. And from the very first time I heard Socho Ogui speak at a Dharma School Teachers Conference years ago, I knew this guy was different. I knew he was different. And he told the Teachers Conference participants that he still had a difficult time speaking in front of large groups of people due to his heavy accent. He was always afraid of people not being able to tell the difference of him saying that he was tired of sitting or tired of well, you know the rest. I forget the Dharma School kids here. Later in our ongoing time with Socho, we all became very aware that Socho is an extremely thoughtful and knowledgeable teacher, someone who could connect to people of all ages. And he was often able to do this with his sincerity, but really through his sense of humor as well. Years later, in a discussion group with Socho, he stated that he has three rules for people who he associates with, characteristics that are totally critical for him. And I think as I get older, I too feel that I choose to surround myself with people who follow these three simple life rules. The first rule is don't be too serious. Don't be too serious. Second rule is don't lose sincerity. Don't lose your heart, huh? And the third one, most important, don't lose your sense of humor. To me, life is good. We know from our basic Buddhist teachings of the Four Noble Truths that life can be difficult. Life can be challenging. Yet at the same time, we know that life can be absolutely full of humor and laughter. So here's my take on Buddhism and humor. Again, I start with a wise, compassionate teacher of Dr. Seuss, who said, "From there to here, and here to there, funny things are everywhere." How true are these words? I think they're very true. This past Christmas, Reverend Carol gave the girls and I a very thoughtful gift. Each one of us received a copy of the Book of Joy. The Book of Joy. And it's a book to recap a week's worth of discussions, sharing of spiritual outlooks and life stories between the Dalai Lama and Bishop Desmond Tutu. How many of you have heard of this book? A couple. Okay, good. It's called the Book of Joy. And I think at a time here in the world where there's so much divisiveness with religious practice, this book embraces the differences of practice and breaks down these differences to reveal the similarity of most world religions. I also like the book too because it makes me smile and laugh out loud. I believe the power of humor and laughter is one of the most under-discussed aspects of religion. I believe that appropriate humor is such an important tool that we can use because it seems that too many times people think they've got to be really serious when they're talking about religion. Over the years, I've read many books about the Buddha, his teachings, and his thoughts about life. And rarely is laughter a topic of discussion in these readings. I begin to wonder to myself, if Buddhism is really about simply opening our eyes to the reality and the truth that is around us, and if Dr. Seuss is accurate, that funny things are everywhere, then humor and laughter must be a part of our reality of our daily lives. If this is truth, then it simply has to be. I started to research the idea of Buddhism and laughter, and I was happy to find many websites that spoke about the inclusion of humor into our daily practice. Many Zen koans, or thoughtful daily questions to ponder, are full of humorous contemplations. So none of these are really that funny, but bear with me. So here's a Zen koan. Ready? If sitting in meditation, one becomes a Buddha, then all frogs are Buddhas. Like it? Okay, you get it. They're about all like that. Okay, here's another one. Did you hear about reincarnation? It's making a comeback. Better? Okay, that's a little bit better. I didn't say they were good jokes, I just said they were jokes. So for those here today that really know me, you know I do love to laugh. And I think humor is a tie that can truly bind us all together. I believe that laughter is an expression of enlightenment. I feel this way because true laughter cannot be faked. True laughter cannot be faked. Think about it. If true laughter is reality, then how can laughter and humor not be a part of the path to enlightenment? But the humor has to be appropriate. I recently read a web article entitled, "How Did the Buddha Laugh?" And the author wrote that the Buddha would not have laughed at others. The Buddha would not laugh at others. The Buddhist laughter is not cynical, sarcastic, bitter, or defiant. But the Buddha's laughter is a laughter of compassion, an amusement at the interplay of knowledge and ignorance that makes up the joys and sorrows of what we call life. And I think this is exactly what Dr. Seuss stated. This is exactly what he said when he said, "Funny things are everywhere." The Buddha has taught us in the Four Noble Truths that life can be difficult, and we all know that. But life often is very funny. And if our laughter is genuine and not mean-spirited, it can ease our suffering in dealing with the daily difficulties that we often face. And humor can help us all walk the path. And if life is funny then, if I may be so bold, I would like to do something very unofficial and add an item to the Eightfold Path. Now you'll never see this anywhere, you'll never read this anywhere, and I'm sure that our teachers at the BCA may not approve of this. So maybe it's perfect for my talk today here in Sacramento. But right in between right speech and right conduct in the Eightfold Path, I would like to pencil in right laughter. Simply right laughter. What do you think? Do you think that right laughter is something we can use to help us deal with our life, with the difficulties in our life? I think so. Okay, I got one more. Did you hear the Dalai Lama just fired his gardener? He did, because the gardener had problems with reincarnations. Okay. As we continue to take steps together on our life's path, let us all remember to find that right blend of laughter and serious thought. Just like our most basic of daily Buddhist lessons, the middle path. You can't always live on one side of the path, or you become unbalanced in your life. If you are always serious and have no fun, you have no balance. If you are always living in a world of humor and can't be serious, then you too will lead a life that's unbalanced. But if you can find the ability to have fun, laugh, and take things as serious as they need to be, then maybe you too will be enlightened to the truth that surrounds all of us. Okay, come on, one more? Okay. Where to go? Okay, what did the sign on the door of the monastery looking for new monks say? What did the sign on the door of the monastery looking for new monks say? It said, inquire within. That one's a serious one. Okay, I'm done. Please join me in Gasho. Again, the words of Dr. Seuss. From there to here, and here to there. Funny things are everywhere. Namo Amitabha. Namo Amitabha. Namo Amitabha. Namo.